How's it going, you guys? Today I have the Spyderco Yojimbo 2 with the cobalt blue scales. Got this knife a few days ago, and it was actually recommended to me by one of you guys. One of the viewers commented on, I think it was the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 video. User Do You Think mentioned that the Yojimbo supposedly has much more grippy scales than the Paramilitary 2. And I'll be honest, maybe it's just this one in particular. It does not feel that way to me. I feel like the Paramilitary 2 is a lot more coarse, a lot more grippy. And actually the Kershaw Bel Air XL that I reviewed in my last video, I think it's more comparable to the Paramilitary 2, and it's definitely more grippy than the Yojimbo. But with that being said, I actually prefer the way these scales feel because, I don't know if I've mentioned before, I like to carry my knives clipped on the inside of my waistband, and when the scales are as grippy as they are on the Paramilitary 2 or the Kershaw, it's not comfortable for me to extract the knife because of the friction. It's quite hard to pull it out. So I actually prefer the way these scales feel because I have no issue with wearing it on the inside of my waistband. With the Kershaw and the Paramilitary 2, I have to keep it in my pocket, clipped on the inside of my pocket, which is fine, but I still prefer to wear it on my waistband. So, and actually on those two, the Kershaw and the Paramilitary 2, I've been considering to maybe sand down the scale, or at least the part around the clip, because that's where all the friction happens, I think. I don't know, maybe just sand down the whole thing, because I mean, those scales are just ridiculously coarse. So, or maybe I'll just switch them out with aluminum ones. But anyways, that's a different topic. So going over this Yojimbo 2, I really like it. So I'll say that up front. I really like it. I might be I'll try not to be biased, but just so you guys know, I actually really like it. And I think it's the Wharncliffe blade, man. Something about it, I just think it's really cool. And the cobalt blue scales, I don't know how well the camera's picking up the color, but it's actually a very nice blue color. I'm just outside right now, and with the sunset, it's kind of casting a orange hue on everything, so the color is it seems a little bit darker than it actually is. But yeah, I really like this one. And I know I saw there was a black one with Yojimbo with black scales, and I just thought the cobalt blue looked a lot more interesting, so that's why I got this one in particular. I don't know if you guys already noticed when I'm trying to fold it, and this is literally, it's not my only issue with it. I have two issues with it. Although I do really like this knife, I have two issues with it. And the first issue being that if you flick it out really hard, hold on, let me, oh, now it doesn't. There we go. Okay. If you flick it out really hard, that lock engages a little bit too well, right? So when I go to compress it, it's like really hard to compress, and it like, there's basically, it sticks. Okay, there, it sticks. It's a little bit annoying. I hope that the issue goes away with time as the metal wears and smooths out on that particular contact point, which, let's see where it contacts. Okay, so right on the inside of that little heel, right in there, you can see the markings of it. So I don't know, maybe I'll take it apart, sand it down, do something about it, because if I flick it out really hard, it sticks. If you just open it normally, lightly, there's no issue with it. My second issue with it is that the pocket clip moves. No matter how hard I tighten these screws, it moves back and forth, because the holes that are drilled out in the pocket clip are a lot bigger than the thickness of the screw, so it's not being held down very well, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it moves back and forth. And I've tightened these screws as hard as I can without stripping the thread, but it still moves. So I'm trying to figure out how to fix that issue. I don't know, we'll figure it out. So those are my only two issues with this knife. Other than that, it's an awesome knife. It looks cool. It's got a unique design. The handle feels very comfortable. Got the cutouts for your fingers. Got some light jimping up here. Doesn't really do much, but the slope of this handle, the design, is very comfortable if you put your thumb on there. It's quite comfortable to hold. And you got this slope right here for your forefinger, right? You put your finger there, and you have good control over the blade. You can make precise cuts with it. I really prefer this shape of the blade over the traditional triangular Spyderco blade profile that you see on the paramilitary too, and most of their other knives. It's quite unique, just the Wharncliffe blade. What else? The pivot, it's got washers, so when you just get the knife, it does take a little bit of time to break in. So it wasn't as easy to flick it out when I just took it out of the package. There was a little bit, you could probably loosen up the screw, the pivot screw, but I didn't want to do that. I just kept fidgeting with it and flicking it, and eventually it just became, just basically broke it in, and it's quite easy to flick it out now. And it's got the Spy 27 steel for the blade, which I think is comparable to the S30V and S35VN. I think it's the hardness might be a little bit higher on this one, And edge retention, I think, is a little bit better on the S35EN, but this one I think is a little bit more tougher, so not as easy to chip or to break. And it's got really good edge retention. From factory, the factory edge is actually very, very sharp. I mean, this thing slices through paper, cardboard, anything, whatever it is, like hot knife through butter. It's incredible. It's very sharp right out of the box, and I'm sure you can sharpen it even more and just give it like a straight up just razor edge. There's really not much more that I can say. So it has the compression lock up top, which works great, besides sticking point. Look at that. I'm gonna have to fix that somehow. Figure out how to make that not stick. Maybe if I smooth out that heel, it won't have anything to stick on. I don't know. I want to figure it out because, like I said, I really like this knife. I like carrying it, and it's annoying to have to really press that and feel that click instead of having a smooth feel to the lock. Man, that one was bad. Okay, you guys. So I hope this is just like a one-off thing. I hope this is not a common issue with Yojimbos. You know, the lock thing, and the pocket clip too. That was kind of annoying, but it doesn't bother me as much as the lock. So if you guys get it, hopefully you get lucky enough to have a smoothly operating lock on yours. I got this knife on sale. I think on the Spyderco website, it's quite pricey. I think it's like upwards of $250 or something like that. I got it for $170, I believe. So I'm not too mad, you know, with this little thing. I think it's a great price. $170 I think is a great price for this. Well, would I pay $270 or $250 or whatever that the MSRP value is on their website? I don't think I would. I think if I didn't have any knives and I was looking for a knife, just one knife that I would carry every day, and I had $200, or say $300, say I had $300 to spare, and I knew what I know now, I would just get the Kershaw Bel Air XL. I would not get one of these. But for $170, I'd probably add a little bit and get both because I've mentioned how I really like the Kershaw Bel Air XL. That knife, I don't think I have any complaints. That knife is perfect. But this knife is unique because of the Wharncliffe blade, which is what really captured my attention and why I love this knife so much. And it's also very sharp, but the Kershaw is very sharp as well because it has a Magna Cut blade. Anyways, and if you're watching this and you haven't seen the Kershaw video, the Bel Air XL, check it out. So yeah, you guys, thanks for watching. Hope this gave you some insight on the Yojimbo. And I hope this video has helped you. make a decision on, you know, if you're trying to get one. It's honestly, it's a pretty cool knife. I just wouldn't pay full price for it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Help me grow this channel, and comment down below with any suggestions, what knives you guys would like me to review, and I'll do my best to get a hold of those knives, make some cool videos for you guys. And you know, I've got some ideas for future videos, make them more entertaining. I'll do some sharpness testing and all sorts of other things. So right now I'm just trying to like get a rhythm for it, if you guys know what I mean. Look at that. Right now I'm flicking it and I have no issue with the lock. I don't know what that was. I don't know why I was sticking so much at first. Right now it's not sticking. And I forgot to mention, but as you guys can see, the clip is reversible, and not only is it reversible, but you can attach it to any 4 corners, sides, whatever. You can carry the knife tip up or tip down, left or right side. So these 3 holes, everywhere you see these 3 holes, is where you can attach this clip to. So that's cool. I like that Spyderco does that with their knives. Although I did see that, was it the Tenacious? Spyderco Tenacious, I think. One of you guys mentioned that if you attach the clip to the pivot area, the screws press up against it on the inside, and that causes an issue, from what I understand. I don't have a Tenacious, at least not yet, so I can't say from personal experience, but I was told. Anyways, yeah, this video it's already long, 17 minutes. Okay, you guys, thanks for watching. If you watched to the end, you're the realist, you're the real ones. Thank you. See you guys in the next video. Peace.